Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, if you guys, this is another movie review. I know it's been a hot minute, but EdTPA school stuff, it's boring and stressful. Anyway, we are reviewing the Minecraft movie. If I sound like I'm sick, I'm not. I have allergies, so probably allergic to blocks and stupid people. We'll get to that in a minute. So, yeah, look, I liked Minecraft since I was, I don't know, oldish, right? Okay, like, look, when it released in what, 2009 on the phone or whatever, you know, I knew about it. I didn't really have a phone to play it, but all my other friends did, and they were like, oh, you gotta get this game, it's called Minecraft, it's really fun. And I was like, yeah, one day, you know, maybe we'll see. And obviously, you know, I got it on my Xbox One, and now I have it on my Series X, and yeah, it's fun. I will be the first to admit that I don't love this game. I think it's fun, it's objectively a success. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's actually horrible. Like, no, it's a good game, right? Like, it's well made. I get bored of it very quickly. I can play it for stretching things an hour. You know, run around. There's only so many times I can run around a green forest and see the same freaking block tree. You know, that's my issue with Minecraft, is that it's everything looks the same. There's no real, like, and I know the true, you know, diehard Minecraft fans gonna be like, that's actually, you're wrong because of this. I get it. Look, I get it. I like it. It's fun. But for me, I can only enjoy it in short bursts. Lego Worlds, however, I can infinitely play. Maybe it's just because I like Lego more. I don't know. I think if I were to compare Lego Worlds and Minecraft, I would say Lego Worlds is a better game, but I know I'm probably wrong. Anyway, that's my history with the game. I do play it. The gameplay you're seeing is mine. It's not like I don't have it or don't like playing it. But anyway, yeah, I went into this movie going, okay, a Minecraft movie, how's this gonna go? Pretty good, actually. Now, look, the actual trailer, when this, trailer dropped, it looked effing horrible. Truly, this was a really bad trailer, okay? The first one, right, where they all walk out of the I'm gonna completely F up and butcher the Minecraft lore, I'm sorry, I barely know anything. But they walk out of the blue portal thing, right? And they all walk out, and you get Jason Momoa, Kid Paul Rudd, the girl from Wednesday, some other bigger lady, and then I think that's it, right? Yeah. So they all walk through the portal, right? And I'm like, oh, this looks bad. You know, it genuinely gave me, like, Spy Kids effing feels, like, vibes, like, it looked really bad, right? Like, the CGI, it wasn't like the CGI was bad, it was just, like, very odd looking. It felt like, yeah, these are real people in a completely fake world. This is like the Star Wars prequels all over again, right? It's just a bunch of real-ass people in a green room being like, okay, act. Okay. Oh, there's a big dragon in front of you. Okay. Like that kind of thing. Now, that's a bad example because dragons aren't real. Apparently, they're in the Bible. I don't know, whatever. But still, it's very interesting that, you get this where, yeah, like for me at least, the beginning product was so bad. And then the second trailer was like, okay, I can see, what they're trying to do. And then I saw the movie, right? And I was a little bit nervous because if you guys didn't know, this movie is memed to heck and back. This is a meme motherfudging movie. It's crazy. My theater experience was actually nuts. Okay, we'll get to this for a second because this is like a big part of meme culture and just culture in general. Because Minecraft's already a big thing, right? Like, Minecraft, when that released, was my generation. And now the movie is the new... And this isn't a kid's film, because surprisingly, there's a lot of swearing and a lot of violence and a lot of adult jokes. It's for everyone, like older kids, teens, adults. There were no children in the theater, I don't think, when we went. They were all older teens and adults. So if you're like, oh, this is for babies, like, no, I'm 26. There was not a fetus next to me, and I swear to God, it was a fun freaking movie. But the actual experience was insane. I saw the entire Star Wars sequel trilogy in theaters. I saw Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, I don't know, any other, massive movie where, you see people freaking the fudge out online, right, screaming, and, Iron Man says, I am Iron Man, and the screams are so incessantly loud that you can't even hear Tony, you know what I mean? Like, that crazy shit that you see on YouTube, that's real, and I experienced it. It was insane. So, if you know the meme, right, there's actually a lot of memes. There's one in the thumbnail. There's the coming in hot, there's the lava chicken thing, what else? There's a bunch. But the big one is, of course, the chicken jockey meme. And yeah, look, I'm I'm 26, okay? So, like, a lot of the skibbity toilet, whatever the F they're saying, I feel like a true, like, as a teacher, I feel like a true boomer. Because some kids walked up to me and they're like, Mr. Franchise Fanatic. They don't say that. But they're like, oh, skibbity poo. I'm like, what? Sorry? Some kid called me the Rizzler. I was like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, like, a lot of crazy stuff happens with this new culture, and like it was nuts because throughout this entire movie there are the memes, right? Like Flint and Steel coming in hot, the water bucket release, all these crazy memes that are online. People were like, they were like not dead. Normally when I go to a movie theater, it's like metaphorically, it's like everyone gets gassed or everyone like effing dies as soon as they sit down, because I'm the only person ever. And now, mind you, I don't stand out and start throwing popcorn and throwing my poop or whatever they're doing. But I stand up and I go, oh well, or I'll clap or I'll go, oh my god, I'm not like a completely silent person in the theater, but I'm still respectful, of course. But there's moments, right, where I'm like, ooh, stuff like that. But everyone else is like dead, right? Like there's one guy was sleeping at Madame Web, so I mean, I don't know. But there's a lot of people that are just, they straight up don't talk in movie theaters, which is fine. But it's a little awkward when I'm the only one like, wow, that's cool. And everyone else is just sitting there. But like this one was way different, man. Like literally, no one clapped at Endgame. No one in my theater. It's like literally, they all got killed. They all got, what is it? Can you hear that? They got snapped by Thanos, right? They got snapped. And it was just insane because, like, people were saying chicken jockey. They were saying water bucket release. They were saying all these stupid things. And then they were, like, clapping after and all that. And, mind you, again, this was not an experience where people were throwing popcorn. I mean, you've seen this shit, right? Like, people throw popcorn. Someone brought a real chicken to the theater, fucking released him, and he just flew around the theater. It's insane. Cops were called. Now they have actual, like, warnings in certain theaters where it literally, before the movie, it actually says, yes, the chicken jockey scene is in the film. No, that does not mean you get to act crazy. Like, it's insane, okay? People, look, I know people listening to me, you're not insane, but people need to know that there's a difference between having fun, which is what our theater did. We acknowledged the memes. We had fun. We clapped. We clapped the pig with the crown. I don't know that. Apparently it was some Minecraft YouTuber that sadly passed away. There's a lot of things Easter eggs I didn't really get, but besides the point, people shouldn't act like a-holes, you know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between clapping and having fun, and then literally, like, committing crimes by, doing horrible deeds and trashing public property, right? All in the thing of memes. So I just had to mention that for a minute or two because I thought it was literally I never thought the Minecraft movie would be the film that had the most amount of love and clapping and audible responses where it's not like they all got killed in the theater. It was insane. So yeah, the movie experience for me was crazy. Let me know in the comments if you had any crazy experiences if you saw this in the theaters. But the movie itself was actually good. Okay, I know it took a minute to get to this, but I wanted to mention that stuff. This is a good film. Look. This is not a good film because it's funny because of memes. This is like if you took the memes out, right? If I don't know, Jack Black didn't say these things or whatever. If they weren't memes, right? If memes wasn't a thing and they were just jokes and you laughed at them, right? And we didn't have social media or all this crazy stuff. This is still a good film. Is it an incredible film that is a masterpiece of cinema? No, it's the freaking Minecraft movie. It's a comedy. It's stupid, but it knows what it is. And that's the cool part. Like, there are some genuinely good jokes in this film. My mom, dad, and I, we were all laughing. The whole theater was laughing. And not just the, adult jokes or whatever, the man-witch joke or whatever. Like, normal, everyday jokes. Like, it's a very cleverly and funny movie, right? Like, the film is written well in that regard. The action, I didn't expect there to be... I expected there to be action, but I didn't expect there to be, like, good action. And yeah, the action's effing great. Like, there's some moments where Steve is, 900-pound Steve is destroying all these creepers and all these, what were they, pigs or whatever, I don't know, skeletons, in, like, the castle or whatever. And yeah, like, it was cool. Like, it looks awesome, like, truly. Like, the cinematography is good, the choreography is really good, what is her face? Emma Myers' character, she's, fighting with hoes. That sounds bad. Fighting with a gardening equipment, I should say. And it's very interesting because, like, they're not like superhero moves, but they're pulling stuff off, and I'm like, oh wow, like this isn't. It's not like a little slap and then they blow up. Like this is like there's actual direction, right? Like, at times, this film feels like, I'm not even effing kidding, this time feels like Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. I'm not kidding, because there are action scenes where you're able to, clearly follow a character, whether that be a real human or a CGI, whatever, a Minecraft pig or a chicken or whatever, and you're able to actually, follow the character through a scene, and you don't actually feel disoriented. You're able to follow the action, follow what's going on. It's all really fluid. That actually came through. I really didn't expect that to be good, and it was. The music is fine. I never really talk about the music when I review stuff, but it's fine. You hear that boom, boom, boom. And obviously, I don't. Look, I don't. I'm not the biggest Minecraft guy, but I know that. Okay, so I was like, ooh, this is cool. And they have a really cool intro. And I think the aesthetic is really great. Look, there's a few moments where they're on their Elytra, whatever, the glider scene. Yeah, you can tell they're, on wires or they're laying on a bench or whatever, and it's clearly green screen. 99% of this film is pretty much green screen, although, if you do your research behind the scenes, I actually found out that they did a lot of this stuff practically. They actually built the Minecraft, like they had blocks and they had, like a real set that they would actually walk around and stuff like that. It wasn't just like, okay, you're in a green room and go, a lot of it was, but a lot of it also wasn't. And I think they at least attempted to find the gap or the bridge between those two things. And I'm not going to lie, straight up, a lot of the time it still feels like a CGI environment. It's not bad, but, you can tell when the edge lighting is a bit off or, stuff like that. The edges of their characters look a little bit shiny or whatever. But, obviously, I'm reviewing this stuff for a review. If my dad reviewed it, he'd be like, yeah, it's good. I was like, yeah, I had a few issues with this, and I thought this was really cool, and I enjoyed that. And Dad was like, yeah, it was cool. It was funny. I liked it. Cool, great, funny. I was like, okay. So like the average moviegoer doesn't know this stuff or care about this stuff. But, because I'm a YouTuber, and I review things, I try to pick things apart. But yeah, like for the most part, the CGI did look really good. It does take a minute to kind of, get past the fact that, yeah, they're in a fake Minecraft world, but you get used to it pretty quick. The story is... It's a story. The movie opens with a literal child with the dumbest looking face in the world saying he yearned for the mines, right? And I had to effing laugh because like some of the stuff in this movie is just so effing stupid, and it's so dumb. You can't help but laugh. Like what kid is having a pickaxe and a miner hat and he's yearning for working in a mine? And some toothless redneck white trash hillbilly's looking at him with no effing teeth. He's like, get over here! And he chases him out, and it's stupid, but it's funny. It's one of those things where sometimes humor doesn't have to make sense to be funny, and that was one of the things. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Steve's obviously working at a desk job or whatever, and he gets kind of sick of it, and he realizes, hey, let me go back to the mine, and he gets into the Minecraft world, obviously, and then, of course, hijinks ensue, and we see Jason Momoa's character, who was, like, that crazy, funky, weird-looking guy stuck in the 80s, who was, like, a video game guy. He's the funniest character straight up. He is genuinely hilarious. Him and Jack Black are the funniest characters. I hate Jack Black as a person, but I think, in this film, he's fine. I think he's okay. When I imagined Steve, I did not imagine a 900-pound guy with a gray beard. But, what do you do? I think he did a good job. Again, Jason Momoa is also really good. I think he's really funny. Obviously, Kid Paul Rudd, that's what I call him. I think he's fine. He's a good, I don't even want to say child actor. He's probably a teen now or young adult. I don't know. He looks like a kid in the film, but you never know anymore. I think he did a good job. Emma Myers, she looks like she's 8, but she's actually 23, so, I don't know. But yeah, she did a really good job as well. The characterization of this, I didn't expect either, where they're like, oh, they each have motives and I don't want to say arcs, but, they do go through certain things. Obviously Steve has this, pet, whatever it was, Victor or whatever, and he enjoys his company, this wolf Minecraft pet thing, and he obviously has to help, the bad pig lady and get this orb or whatever. There's some stuff going on. They do a decent job of explaining the villain and her backstory and why she wants what and why she's doing certain things. Jason Momoa, obviously, he probably has the most character, I would say, because he's, kind of a loser, and he doesn't have a lot of money, and he's trying to fix his life, so to speak, and, he sees these Minecraft, this world kind of, as an opportunity. And then, of course, you get Kid Paul Rudd, and he's kind of like he kind of gets bullied a lot, and he's, doing certain things, and he's really, really smart, and he's able to build things, tries to build a jetpack, crazy stuff happens, and his sister, really, she kind of has her and the black lady, I don't remember her name, I really don't, I think she's funny. She's really good. Like, everyone in this movie is good in their role. I just don't remember their name. It's been a week and I'm doing schoolwork all the time. But they do a good job in their roles. And the adult woman and the younger adult woman, what's-her-face and what's-her-face, they kind of go off. And, Steve and Jason Momoa, they're off and they're, kicking bad guy butt, and they're doing all this crazy stuff and hijinks and chase scenes. And then the two ladies are just like, yeah, we need to find a map. It's like, all right, it's kind of boring. But there were funny moments, and it's not just it's not all it is, but there are certain things to it that probably could have been a little bit better, I think. But I think that, her arc is that she's protective. Their mom passed away. She kind of has to grow up really, really fast. She has to kind of become the adult in the family, even though she has to, physically and mentally become an adult in a way, and not really be a teen anymore or a young adult, whatever. And I think that it's really cool that, they at least attempted that. It's not the most, engrossing character writing of all time, but they could have just been like, yeah, I don't know, it's a girl and a guy and a girl and a guy and a guy, whatever. And then they're in Minecraft and blocks. Chicken jockey, but it's like, no, they actually cared, and they wanted to give you a story in these characters, and yeah, by the end, I genuinely thought that the characters were, decent. I didn't hate any of them. I wanted them to succeed. I wanted them to do what they wanted to do and finish their quest or whatever they were trying to do, and I think it's really cool. Like I said, as far as actual negatives, like I said, some of the CGI is a bit ropey. You can clearly tell it's fake, which I get it. It's the Minecraft movie. It's not trying to be ultra realistic, but, there's a difference between being on the nose and being bad, and some of it felt a little bit rushed. Again, it's not the most engrossing plot in the entire world. I think there's a lot of Minecraft lore they could have done, and obviously, apparently they are making Minecraft movie 2, because this movie's making a butt ton of money, which is good. I think it's deserving of that. Like I said, I expected this movie to be horrible. I expected it to be a horrible, unfunny film with terrible CGI and just a cash grab, right? This was my Lego movie, right? When the Lego movie was coming out in 2014, everyone and their mom was like, this movie's it's gonna suck. It's gonna be a 90-minute commercial. And it's like, oh, it's actually a well-made film that all ages can enjoy, and it's one of the best animated films of all time? Wow! It's like, yeah, I knew that the whole time, because I know that Lego won't deliberately make a bad product, except for a few things. But, for the most part, they care about what they do. And this, I was like, yeah, Minecraft's cool, but, can they actually make it good and not just like, I don't know, some random video game movie from the 90s. I don't know, House of the Dead, I don't know, the Max Payne movie, whatever, Uncharted, right? Fine, decent, but not necessarily great. And yeah, at the end of the day, I walked out of the theater, I was like, yeah, this is actually really good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny. One of the funniest films I've seen in a long time. The animation and the CGI was actually really great. I mean, there are moments where, like, the evil pig lady, not the chicken jockey, but like the taller Frankenstein monster-looking guys, like the way they move, like when Steve's punching them and hitting them against things, like the contact between Steve or whoever and these CGI people, it looks really freaking good. Like, it looks really clean. Like, people, they hit the ground, or they do a flip, or they get killed, or they get stabbed, or they turn around or whatever. It looks like motion capture, and it looks really, really good. It very well could have been hand-drawn. I don't really know. I don't know. I'm assuming it's motion capture or something. But yeah, it looks really good. But again, like I said, there's a few moments that stand out, kind of ropey CGI, a few things they could have done to make the story a little bit better, and a few character things they could have meant to, like, the lady who loves animals, and she's got a llama in her truck or whatever. That's pretty much all she does. She saves the day in the end. I won't spoil it with an animal, but at the end, it's like, all right, why are you here besides you're helping the other girl, So, like, there's a few things, you can tell they kind of, had to be like, okay, everyone stand really close together because we got the green screen out, But other than that, a few shortcomings here or there. I think it is a good movie. If you like Minecraft, if you know what it is, I think you owe it to yourself to go. I mean, hey, you probably saw it by this point, right? I mean, if you wanted to see this film, you probably have already. It's making a lot of money, okay? Unless you're rare. If you like Minecraft, if you like building games and you just, like this world or whatever, if you're a kid, teen, adult, whatever, I would go see this movie. Again, don't be an idiot who just, throws stuff and acts like an a-hole and to be funny. It's not funny. I mean, it is funny, but it is funny, okay, but it's also not funny. Because, when I'm seeing a guy dump popcorn all over the effing place and people releasing real chickens, yeah, I chuckle. But if I was there, I'd be pretty effing pissed, you know what I mean? If I had to clean up that, I would arrest all those kids, you know what I mean? There's, like I said, there's a difference between being funny and being a turd, and just my warning. Maybe it's just I'm going to be a teacher, but don't be a turd. Act normal. You can have fun. Our theater, we clapped, we said chicken jockey, and we all laughed and had a good time. And then we were quiet, right? And then we let the movie play. So stuff like that. But other than that, I genuinely walked away from this film really liking it. I think it was funny. Like I said, that I can't emphasize that enough. It is so freaking funny. I actually do want to see this again. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I would see this in theaters again. I'll get it on Blu-ray. I thought it was really great. Again, that's coming from a guy who doesn't love Minecraft. I like it. It's fun. I own it, right? I play it sometimes, but it's not my go-to game, right? I know people, kid, teen, and adult, I know people of all ages that basically all they do is play Minecraft. It's crazy. And that, if you love it, that's good. I'm not knocking your love of the game. I just personally can't enjoy it as much as other things. But I think it's fun for a little bit, and this movie definitely reignited my love for that and made me, I literally got home from the movie and put in Minecraft. Not just to film this, but just to play it, Like, I think it's a really good video game movie. I mean, it's up there with, for me, it's up there with Assassin's Creed, Detective Pikachu, the Sonic trilogy, I don't know, Wreck-It Ralph, who knows. I didn't mind Uncharted, I guess, but, whatever. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I won't keep you guys any longer, but I thought it was really funny. I wanted to tell you my experiences at the theater, a little PSA, and also just to tell you, hey, if you thought this was going to be a garbage train wreck, it's not. It's actually good. It's not a masterpiece, but it's good, and again, even if you take out all these crazy memes that are making it skyrocket into popularity, it's still a good product. Keep that in mind. All right, thanks, guys, and tell me down below in the comments what you think about a Minecraft movie. Pretty terrible title. Should have been called The Minecraft Movie, not a Minecraft movie, but whatever. Anyway, what do you do? Yeah, tell me down below what your thoughts are on the game and the movie. Again, don't spoil it, but if you have seen it, what are your thoughts? What's your favorite meme from the film? Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video. I'm going to go build a house and accidentally blow it up.